Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to Let's Level Every Class, the World of Warcraft War Within series Legion Remix, featuring our demonic demon hunter, Miyu. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Top right corner of the screen is going to be a playlist card, which will take you directly to Miyu's specific leveling campaign. And throughout this video and all videos yet to come, there'll be other playlist cards, which will take you to various characters in the Let's Level series and their respective campaigns. Shukran, as always, family. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, off screen, I was blasting some death grips, as y'all know at the end of the last episode. I decided, alright, I'm not gonna waste y'all's time, not gonna show you just a whole bunch of needless grinding that I'm sure we've all been accustomed to by now, at least in World of Warcraft. So I decided we'll just cut off the episode. I'll go ahead and take care of the hunt, so to speak, and then we'll continue forth. So now we're actually getting to continue part of the storyline. Exciting stuff. I do like just the green crystals and stuff. So, something about an actual like good shade of green makes a difference on like apparel and stuff like that. But I'm definitely interested to see where we're going to end up. I'm thinking we're probably gonna be on the hunt of more demons and such, but I definitely want to take care of a dungeon in this episode. I don't know which dungeon it's going to be. We're definitely gonna randomize it a bit. Oh heck yeah. Look at this little necromancer dude. Oh, you've got the same animations as like Kalthazad and all that. Well, actually, do you? Yeah. That's definitely like Kalthazad's animations. Good to see assets be reused. I mean, every game does that. Every game, every MMO. But I recognize that one a mile away. I really like that scythe. I really dig that scythe, and I definitely want to get one at some point. But the animations can definitely do with a little bit of TLC, so to speak. Now, if you played Final Fantasy, specifically FF11, not so much 14, I definitely say 11, specifically for Death Knights, when you were able to, Death Knights, Warriors, and a few other classes, but primarily Death Knights, who were able to maximize the efficiency with a scythe-based weapon, and this weapon skills that you had, such as guillotine and everything, were sick. I would love to see more real fluid-based animations in WoW. And there is, don't get me wrong, retail has great freaking animations. It really does. I definitely think that quite a bit of it is definitely flushed really well. But there are some weapons that can definitely use some love, so to speak. Spears, definitely spears, unless you're playing. Oh, Khadgar gave me the thumbs up right there. Shoutouts to you, brother. You know, spears, if you're playing like a night elf, okay, their animations with the pole arms look fine, but a lot of other classes like humans, it looks terrible, and it looks like the scythe may need some work. Though I'm hoping there's a race out there that you know, a race combination that can do the scythe justice. All right, let's go ahead and cross the territory into the further unknown, into the battlefield, and it looks like we may be assisting some night elves further up ahead, which I'm down with, or demon hunter elves, whichever. Band of misfits, let's just go ahead and call them that. So these isles are going to be interesting. My main goal storyline wise, I'm going to try to follow it as best as I can, but I'm thinking what's going to end up happening is we're going to take care of this section first, and I'm thinking family, we traverse into Suramar next. Once we have this isle completely taken care of and such, we go ahead and travel to Suramar, because there's some achievements I want to go ahead and take care of. Yes, I'm definitely after Queen Ajara's outfit. It looks amazing, looks good. I definitely want to go ahead and take care of that while we're there, and just go ahead and go through Suramar's story, because that's, I think, depending on how we do this, because we don't have the Warband EXP buff, at least I'm not seeing it. We don't have that. So what I'm thinking is we will probably be around, give or take, and this is just me forecasting a guess, a very good shot in the dark. I'm thinking we will probably be around level 30, somewhere around there, which will then put us into, hopefully Suramar will be the next major chapter in this expansion. We go to Suramar, get that done, and then after that, I'm thinking, well actually heck, after that I don't know. I really don't know where we go. Honestly, I don't even know if we're technically going into Suramar next would be apropos, but we'll see how it goes. The biggest thing I want to take care of in this episode, outside of these these gigantic demons and the meteors, outside of that, I definitely want to try to get a dungeon. And the reason being is because I need, now that we have a decent bit of demon hunter abilities and such, I want to give them a test run in a live setting. I'm thinking get the butterflies out. Let's see how we fare in a first dungeon, for our first dungeon. Let's see how we fare, and let's see what we can do, because I need to make the mistakes now. I definitely need to learn from it and just make the mistakes. I also went ahead and threw on the single button assist. I think that's going to help me out. Demon Hunter's very technical. I'm starting to see, I'm definitely starting to see that. So I'm thinking I'll have that on there, but I'll have my defensive, more of my defensive abilities, and it just depends on how I want to set up the hotbars when we get more abilities and such. But I'm thinking put the offensive abilities on one, put the defensive side on the other, and just let the single button assist do its magic. Dungeons, I'm expecting them to kind of be at the same pace as typical War Within. So groups, they already know what they're, most people already know the dungeon, the most ideal path. So I'll try to keep up as best as I can. Into the cave we go. Looks like we have a rare, not a rare, but one that we do need to hunt in here. I kind of missed it, unfortunately. I was running around the corner and I saw it. Big ugly looking thing, so I figured, okay, let's just wait for the respawn and see if we can take it solo. I don't know how elites are difficulty wise in Legion Remix, so again, we'll kind of see how this goes. Let's go ahead and take care of this guy too while we're here. Wait for the repop. I do like the diversity in the battlegrounds as well. It's definitely different. Oh, wow, she's up. That didn't take too long at all. It's definitely different. It's a unique change of pace in comparison to the previous, characters, excluding, really Malakia on the Forsaken. She was pretty similar to this, but this kind of, like, the battlefield we're currently in is definitely a mixture between, like, a Night Elf, Ashen Veil type of escape, if it was like lighter and just completely Mountain Dewed out, if you know what I mean. Alright, let's go ahead and get this big thing. Look at this ugly freaking monster. Are you kidding me? Look at this nasty thing. Oh my goodness. This is disgusting. It's kind of hard to look at the screen and try to concentrate. It's just, where did my partner go? Did she get, like, eaten alive or something? Did she get swallowed apart? I see. Okay, no, she's just in the back. I can see the misses and some damage at the damage counter, so she's still there. She's just completely, taken over. There she is. Very nice. Bismillah. She's like sinks back into the nasty. That's disgusting. Yeah, we gotta go ahead and free a fellow dragon. By the way, we are going to be using the time walking dragon reward that I got further back about a month ago, almost 2 months ago. I ended up getting this guy, and this is the first time I'm actually using him. So Pirate Dragon Bro, I'm gonna be using him. Let's go ahead and take care of these guys too. These little Mountain Dew wraiths. Alright. So what's the joke behind, if I haven't made it obvious at this point, what's the joke behind Fel Magic and Mountain Dew? It's just, I don't know what the correlation is between the two. It's just something that I just visually see, and I just have to kind of laugh at it. I just make a little bit of a joke. It's just one of those things. Oh, it looks like there's another one that we're going to have to be waiting for the repop. That's not a problem. Thank goodness repops are pretty fast as well. You know, thank goodness. I do like that lightning in the back too. I really do. Alright, so I also went ahead and took care of the trees. Let's go ahead and put more... what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I think right here. I think that'll be fine. I mean, the good thing is that we're not locked in and we can just change everything on the fly. That's also another huge quality of life update, because in comparison back in the day, you were stuck. If in classic, if you wanted to do, let's say, there he is. Cool stuff. Didn't take him long at all. These are really cool designs too. Like, these would be really cool for like certain like dungeons and such. Kind of wish we had these type of models in classic earlier on, but I guess the complexity too would be a little bit difficult to pull off, specifically in classic. But yeah, like if you wanted to do, let's say, what's a good example? Let's say Holy Paladin in classic, Annie. So you wanted to do that, so you obviously spec in Holy, but then you're stuck, what is it, for the first, correct me if I'm wrong, family, it's been a minute. I want to say, what is it, you're stuck there for your first 40 points, and then the last ones you can finally branch out. Unless you want to maximize in the Holy Tree, that's fine too, I guess. But yeah, back in Classic you were locked in a little bit. But you're not locked in to possibly consider liking the video, commenting for constructive feedback, and subscribing to the channel if and only if Let's Level has earned your trust. Shoutouts once again to Bea, J Young, Knock Knock, Hades Phoenix, Kazard, AJ Lop, and Captain Slush, members of the Void fam. Y'all are incredible, amazing. The Let's Level series is nothing without the community. Same thing goes for the channel. It's just, support has been amazing. I completely cannot say it enough. Y'all are amazing. And I hope Azeroth, your journeys are going just as well as mine are. Shukran, family, thank you. Alright, Dragon Freed. That's, you know, okay, look at the dragon's tail. This is something that's bugged me a little bit. Not in a bad way, but it's something that has definitely bugged me. So the dragon's tail in the dragon tails in World of Warcraft, they're spiked, but they look like pine cones. Like, they do look like pine cones. They don't look like a natural kind of spike or like a natural flail. You know what I mean? They look like pine cones. Like, I just think immediately of, what was that pine cone Pokemon? That dude. I can't remember his name, but yeah, that guy.
Fellsworn Nightglaive, prove yourself. I have other matters to attend to.
Alrighty.
Yes, my mistress.
No! She's getting taken over. We don't want that. No, we do not want that. Yeah, look at that. Take a very good close look at the dragon, at the flail, the tail spike of the dragon. Stellagosa. That's a nice color scheme though. I will give Stella that. She's a very nice color scheme, but that tail just the tail just looks like a pine cone. Alright, off to the second part of this aisle. Well, actually, would this be the second or third part of this aisle? Regardless, let's see what we got. Assisting more dragon. Oh wow, look at that. That's a nice little Lord of the Rings tower, kinda. Sauron's eye or something. Naxxramas, eat your heart out. Dude, the Scourge have had nothing on the Legion. Nothing in terms of aesthetics. Speaking of Dragon Bros, look at this fella. Archmage trying to work his magic. He looks like he's injured. Stellagosa looking fine as wine over there as well. My goodness. Bismillah, another level achieved. Definitely a slower growth in comparison to like retail. Definitely, and it's just because of the warband. Lacking that, we're still leveling incredibly fast. So this tells me we're definitely in for a little bit more of a longer journey. You know, that's gonna be cool because I'm going back to a slightly different form, a slightly different approach, I'm going to have to approach Legion Remix a little bit different in comparison to how I have been doing the characters with recent runs, because I got it down to like a formula, almost like a science. Anywhere between like characters are getting completed between like, anywhere between 10 and 12 episodes in length. This one might actually be different. We might be going back to 20 episodes. I hope y'all are ready for this, because I definitely am. Shoot, it's been a while since I've done something for the long haul, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm all about it. If you think this is a shoot, go back to 20. It's been a while since I've done a character with 20 episodes. The last one that went close to that was Valor, Blood of Paladin. Definitely exciting times, family. And for those that are interested, the classic series is definitely going to be it's going to be started. It's already been started. It's just in the whole little editing phase. It's going to be fun. I think y'all are going to enjoy it. I think y'all are going to enjoy the class and race combination that I did select. And then we also have the Dungeoneer series, which is just going to be chill. That'll be coming out. That'll be specific to the Mists of Pandaria. And I think the reason for that, the reason why I'm not going to do a full-fledged leveling series, like a full, like traditional Let's Level type of series in Mists, is because a lot of the quests are going to be like there's so much overlap by this point that if you're doing, let's say, you know, Let's Level retail series now to do Let's Level classic series, you know, there's a big difference between the two, especially with quests. There's similarities. There's definitely a lot of there's similarities, and then there's streamlined content. There's going to be overlap, and you're gonna see and recognize that old quest and be like, oh, they kept that there. That's in retail. Oh, that's cool. So the middle area, the gray area as I like to call it, is from expansions Cataclysm on up, especially. That's where you're going to see a lot of like just complete overlap. We're definitely going to hit that. Like Westfall quests, I believe in Cataclysm's timeline is the exact same in retail at the moment, or at least how they approach the story and the topic of, let's say, Westfall. It's pretty much one for one in terms of similarities, with some minor differences. And I think that would just be redundant. It would just be too redundant for me to show the same thing twice. You know, it's one thing to let's level a character. Gosh, look at this. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta hold on. I gotta hold the phone for a second. This looks incredibly beautiful on ultra wide. I don't know if any of y'all are watching on television. Please let me know how this looks, because this is, whoa, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Little pool, magic pool, crystals and everything around. Holy crow. Looks freaking phenomenal. But yeah, that's just kind of how I'm going to approach Mists. I think Mists is just going to be just go in and just chill. Just make it chill vibes. Do dungeons and just have fun with it. You know, that'll definitely be more of a commentated series of just probably like more random topics, more casual talk. Not that I don't do that already. You know, I definitely have a little bit of a tendency to ramble about certain topics. Though I really am trying to like put myself in the character's shoes and really try to get into the story and try to understand everything that's going on. Though it's, you know, it's a lot. The problem with Legion thus far, Legion Remix, and I'm sure many of you probably felt the same when you're playing retail, is that there's so much to do at one given time, and the game is just throwing everything at you at once, and you're kind of like, what do I do? Like, who is this character? Like, why am I getting a quest to tell me to go over here, and what the heck is going on? I don't like that. I think it's just too much. It's just convoluting. It's convoluting the dish. You want a dish to be as aesthetically pleasing as it is fulfilling. Like a good dinner dish is like, how do I explain it? Like a good dish could either tell the truth or tell a lie. You know, you can definitely tell by the mix of flavors and stuff like that. I'm not a chef, by the way. I can cook. I can definitely cook. But I'm not like some Michelin star chef. But a good dish can tell you The truth or a lie? Does the dish look good? Does the presentation look good, but then the taste doesn't match the same? So there's something missing. And I think many of y'all would definitely agree that retail needs a little bit more simplification on certain things.
First.
Oh boy, here we go, family. This is it. The first dungeon of the series. This can make or break the... Oh no. Oh, no, 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 no. It's Halls of Valor. Hold on, this may not be that bad. This may not be that bad. It's just, this is going to be a tough one. Boy, I hope I was ready, or maybe I signed up for something I definitely didn't want to sign up for. Either way, there's no going back. You basically just got to get in and do it. At least we start off with just 2 mobs. Just 2 mobs, we can handle this. All right, let's get our bearings here. We got a Death Knight. We got some healers. I think, what is that in the back? What other was that in the back? All right, go from a 2-piece to a 3-piece. Not bad. Again, what I'm trying to do here... Well, firstly, I need to get that guy off of... There we go. Get that off of my spellcaster. All right, one more group, and then it looks like we got the first boss up ahead. Ah, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's what's gonna make this a little bit more difficult. Is other classes, even with Death Knight, you know, they have better AoE control. So I need to figure out. I need to figure this out a little bit better than what I'm doing here. As you can tell, as y'all can probably tell, the tanking style that I typically go for is definitely more akin to a classic player. Definitely more of like, I don't like to pull everything under the sun, and I definitely do not like to rush. I like to go in, just like here. Put the boss to me, make sure the direction is on me. That way, if there's any cone-based abilities, the team isn't getting hit, it'll just be me. And just try to keep as much hate on me as possible. This is going pretty well. Nothing I can do about that outer effect there with the dragon flying in for the AoE based damage. There's nothing I can do about that. Let's just keep all focus on the tank. Or excuse me, keep all focus on the boss. Yep, he's gonna turn around, he's gonna look at the other guys. That's fine. As long as I can keep him on me, we should be pretty well off here. Not bad. Not bad, team. Not bad at all. Very nice. Now, if you're just starting out for like tanking in anything World of Warcraft, or like anything retail wise, you can't control every mechanic of a dungeon. And for young beginner tanks out there, because this is now the 3rd tanking character I've been doing. Oh, I need to get my terminology right here a little bit. You know, this is the 3rd tanking character I've done on a completely different class and completely different spec, all that good stuff. If you're new to tanking, you cannot control every element of the dungeon. You have to put some faith into your team to be able to move when they need to move, to be able to control their hate a little bit or their aggro. You know, if one mob is on somebody, as long as it's not the healer, that's my big thing. Ideally, yes, you want to get all the mobs focused on you. Absolutely. But retail, there is a little bit of wiggle room here. You know, in classic, a lot of the rule of thumb that a lot of tanks will use is that if you pull it, you're tanking. They will not pull a solid seasoned tank will not pull off of somebody who has been warned once, or has been at least told once, maybe twice. Me, I'm a little bit more forgiving in that aspect. I will still pull off of people regardless, because that's just my job. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. But if somebody is just consistently pulling off of you, there's two things that you need to take into account. Is it because they're overhealing, Is it because that they're panic healing? Well, actually, well, now we're going into three things. Again, are they pulling too much? Generally speaking, are they over healing? Are they panic healing? Are they pulling up too much damage? Are they not giving me enough time in order to properly and adequately tank? Oh boy, this is a slightly bigger group. I jumped into that oh no, I messed that one up. Dang, I messed that one up. Nice. At least the Fell Breath was ready. That's at least helped out pull the mob's attention to me. Outside of those two guys, but whatever. We're getting through it. So yeah, that's something that you definitely want to be aware of in Classic especially. Like, try not to pull off the tank. You'll actually on occasions hear tanks saying to the healers, hey, what level is your, like for priests especially, what level is your heal at? Because if you upgraded it too far in certain dungeons, and it's something that I had to get used to, because like in FF, you could ideally you would upgrade as soon, like you'd go from Cure 1 to Cure 2, Cure 3, Cure 4. Back in the 75 era, you would do that, and ideally you would want to, and then you would start backpocketing your lower level heals, you know, your Cure 2 and your Cure, only if you absolutely needed to conserve as much mana, or the pull was just too big and again you needed to conserve. But in WoW, especially for Classic, you definitely want to, if you're healing, you just need to, you know, I've heard that, hey healer, downgrade your healing spell for this. It almost sounds counterintuitive, but there's actually a good reason for it. Like, there's actually a good reason for it. It's pretty cool to see, just mechanically, the differences between Classic and Retail. But I'm rambling a little bit. In Retail side, everybody is strong in their own unique second boss right here. Everybody is strong. Everybody, mechanically speaking, is strong. Every class is strong in their own right. So I'm not too terribly concerned, as long as it's not the healer. I'm okay with somebody taking one mob away from me if I know that they can heal it, and 90% of the time they can. It's not that big of a deal. I've yet to, in any of the dungeons I've yet to get a group that unanimously agreed that, hey, your tanking style sucks and you need to improve, or hey, this is how you can improve. I have yet, dude, this boss is so freaking cool. A Valkyrie. Dude, like, fighting a Valkyrie is so freaking cool. The last time I fought a Valkyrie was Final Fantasy XI and Odin. Like Odin's chamber in Einherjar. Like, forget it. You want to talk about a difficult fight back in the day. Dude does Zenkutsun once, and back then we didn't know the strategy. Like, you'd see a whole group get wiped. It was like, we're talking like 18-man group, because that was the max in FF. But she went down very... Oh, I'm gonna butcher her name. Hira? It's like Herja, or I'm gonna call her Hira. That just sounds cooler to me. But she went down really, really easy. And again, kind of like what I'm saying here, Demon Hunter tanking is completely new to me, and I have to really get my bearings. This second part, well, yeah, I would consider this the second half of this dungeon. Luckily, this isn't too bad of a first dungeon to get. It's just these little groups make me a little bit nervous. These big groups right here definitely make me a little nervous, but we'll do what we can. So what member of the party actually pointed something out? It took me a minute to figure out what he was trying to say to me. So this is another thing that you need to pay attention to if the group feels like they can push you a little bit further, especially for tanking. So right there, I didn't know that there's an line of sight point, and it's pretty much already too late to kind of do any LOSing, I believe. Maybe not. The majority of these guys are coming for me. but we still got a few casters in the back, or sorry, rangers, and yeah, there is a caster over there in the back. So I didn't see that at first, and again, that's something that just comes with time. The more you do certain dungeons, you start to, you know, Warcraft's player bases definitely realize what, you know, how to be the most efficient at dungeons. I think Warcraft especially, y'all, in comparison to how FF plays mechanically, y'all are on another level. Like, truly, y'all are on another level in terms of making things as efficient as possible. Got a nice dragon fight here. Now this area, so this is the second half of Halls of Valor, and I need to be, I'm a little nervous, I'm definitely a little nervous here, because there's a lot of trash mobs that you can pull, and I've had in a previous character, it was off screen I believe, there was a time where we accidentally pulled, and we pulled like a quarter of the air, like of one area, I want to say, we pulled like a quarter of the mobs completely accidentally, and we were also in the middle of a fight right here, so it's just like, we're fighting Fenrir over here, and it was just it was a mess. I think we wiped too. And that was, I can't remember what character that was on. But yeah, it's just something to pay attention to. But I'm glad that they, see, this is good teamwork. This is very good teamwork, because your healer especially is going to know when they can push you. Like, I believe at this point, this group probably knows. This tank definitely doesn't know this dungeon fully. They probably don't know the path. So they're like, hey, let's do this. Or I'll show you, I'll lead. You tank, but I'll lead. And typically in Classic, it was the opposite. The tank leads the dungeon for the most part. Sometimes the healer, but mostly it's the tank. And that's just because, mechanically speaking, how everything works. You pull wrong, you do one wrong pull in Classic, and it could be all over. And for all you hardcore players, I'm sure you've all had a lot of pulls that have ended in a lot of wipes, you know, especially for hardcore groups. But yeah, you can see there's a lot of trash mobs here. Pulled 2. I'm just going to go ahead and get them on me before we activate that fight. May as well, because at this point, you may as well go into the fight. To try to go into the fight, to the boss fight as clean as possible, just go ahead and take care of it. If you pull it, not a big deal. If you accidentally aggro something, and this goes for any dungeon, not a big deal. In my opinion. Like, I've seen a few tanks on occasions get a little bit messy. You're just like, oh, what are you guys doing? Blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, who cares? Just pull, if we accidentally pull the trash, get rid of the trash, we'll be fine. It's not going to take that long. It adds an extra minute. An extra few minutes. So we're not trying to speed run, man. Definitely not trying to speed run. Yeah, other than that, so I was definitely nervous at first, but as we can see, it's just very easy. Once you get a good group that knows the dungeon, and that's honestly, I think that's more important than having everybody know their role fully. Like, don't get me wrong, that's good too, but in my opinion, it's actually very important, or more important, to have somebody that knows the dungeon. If they know the path of least resistance and the path that is going to make the most sense to take, that's definitely more important, because the last thing you want is to be in a dungeon and nobody knows where to go. Trust me, in Classic, like a Classic Uldaman run, or a BRD run where nobody knows where to go. Listen, I've had them, been in them. Heck, my first BRD run ever, I was like, are we gonna go to the right? Are we gonna go to the left? Like, what do you mean there's keys? There's something, we have to pull a lever to make something else go up and to unlock the second half, but then, you know, to do your molten core attunement, it was, oh my goodness. Good times, very good times, but you know, it's good. It's just the more reps you do, the better you're gonna get at it. That goes for me too.
It's too far away.
You know, I'm not the most skilled tank here for sure. Don't claim to be either, but definitely put the gold where the mouth is, so to speak, and just go with the flow. Go with the flow and just take on the challenge head on. You never know. You might even have a lot of fun. Last part of this dungeon, last boss fight upcoming. Well, technically 2 boss fights. We did have a last minute roster change. Player was AFK. He pretty much got the majority of the vote out. And the final player we got is in action, so good to see. This last boss is pretty much, before you fight Odin, is basically an endurance round. Do a few little mini fights, and then we get a big guy to go ahead and take care of. He'll make his entrance here in a moment. Then we get, whoa, hello, the Aegis. So I believe the Aegis's use in this boss fight is pretty much a one-time use. I don't even know if I know the tank is supposed to pick it up, but I mean, what use is it going to be? I don't think I'm going to end up using it. I'm probably going to use it at the wrong time. I've never seen when to actually activate this thing and make it completely effective. So this is something else that I need to learn specifically for Halls of Valor. Alright, God King Skovald. Gonna take him on and then take on Odin right after, and that's it. So luckily for our first dungeon, Halls of Valor actually wasn't bad. I was definitely kind of like in the oh no, like oh no, but this might not be that bad. This honestly wasn't that bad of a run. Great job to this team too. This team's been really well. Everyone's been playing their best. I really wish we can give accommodations to players that we think are like the MVP of the run or something. I really wish we could do that. Y'all at home, please definitely let me know if there's something that we can actually do, that we've been able to do it. I just haven't been aware. Yeah, so like I was saying, I activated the Aegis. The boss was going down so fast. I was kind of just like, and this is what's going to happen in retail. These bosses are going to get burned really, really quickly. So it's kind of like you'll have a legitimate mechanic, and then you'll be given something to potentially, you might be given an item to potentially nullify certain mechanics or to help like mitigate them. And that's something you definitely in the past was probably more prevalent, but like in current retail, shoot, I don't even think it's required to pick up the Aegis. I think it's just kind of like, you can pick it up if you want to. I don't know if there's an achievement if you don't. Like if you don't and you're doing this dungeon on an extra difficulty mode. Like hard mode if you don't pick up the Aegis or something. I believe I'm supposed to talk to this guy. Let's go ahead and do that. Sure, let's do it. Alright, final fight. So Odin is, to my memory, we're not gonna get him down fully. I think this fight's gonna stop at some point. I think it's like when he gets to half health or maybe a quarter left. If memory serves me correctly. But again, just kind of doing my traditional classic style tanking. I'm going to aggro, keep the aggro on me, and then pull back. Make sure that the boss is facing me. There's a mechanic to this. There's a mechanic to that, and I don't know what it is. I think, oh, there you go. Wow. I thought it would, man, wow, that fight was really quick. I remember it being longer than that. Well, there you go. Team, Bismillah. We got it done. We got it done. Our very first dungeon on Mew, Halls of Valor complete. The first tanking dungeon we did as a demon hunter honestly went really well. Outside of my little bit of, now I know that you can LOS, there's certain things you can do to make it even easier. But team, I'm going to go ahead and call it here for an episode. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let's keep up the pace. Let's keep up the momentum for the next episode. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll catch you on the next one.